obviously we're living in a world that's not yet restored. And so we're in transition. A lot of things, it's our mindset changes before the practical things change. So our mind towards money and towards material things needs to change. Therefore, we can be living, even going to work, having money, having things, but they don't have us. They don't control us until we don't need them anymore. So it starts in the mind. What is my mindset towards money, well-being, the need for, all of that. Now, when that changes, then you're not controlled by it anymore. Doesn't mean that you don't have any money, but the money doesn't control you. And then if God ever asks you to give, then you will, even if you don't want to, but then the more you are aligned to the Father's heart, the more you will want to. And that's really part of the issue. So at the moment, we live in a world where money is needed. If we don't have it, then we're going to struggle to live or eat or have anywhere to live or anything like that. Now, that may not be the case forever, but initially we need to make sure our mindset towards money is correct, that we're not using it for the wrong reasons, that we're not using it for the wrong motives, that it is not validating ourselves, that it's also not making us feel, well, I've got money, I'm safe, I'm secure. Bottom line is money is not safe and security, because it just it can disappear. You can lose it all overnight. If the bank system collapsed overnight, what would we all do? How would we have access to anything? Well, we probably wouldn't. So then you've got to live differently. And I think God is preparing us to live differently by challenging our thinking towards things now, so that when the changes take place, our mindsets are already there. Therefore, we're already living in a non-materialistic way, even though we may still have money and still have a job. Our mind is not operating that way. And that takes some renewal of the mind, obviously, because it's difficult for people, when, well, I need money, I've got to pay my rent, I've got to eat, I've got to pay the bills, well, yeah, absolutely true. But who is your provider, God or your job? When you see it as that is part of God's provision right now, then the job is not the issue, and there's nothing wrong in working. I believe ultimately we will work without the need for financial remuneration, because we're living in a different system. But right now, we're not. So right now, I think the key is the mindset towards money, material things, that changes so they don't have a hold on us. They're not important to us in the same of the value and worth of something. It's not how much money it's worth or anything else. Once our mind is changed, then we live as if the change has already taken place, even if it hasn't. And I think that's important to see. When your mind changes towards something, you live in a different frame of reference towards it. Living in a state of being and not doing, and I think that is a renewal of the mind, which is a process, and it takes time, and God will give opportunities for us to see where we are on the journey and process, and then you begin to become self-aware and realize, oh, I'm operating out of the wrong thought here, and particularly when it comes to money and happiness and, all of that, you've just had your Thanksgiving over in the US. What are you giving thanks for? We don't have a Thanksgiving Day in the UK. So we don't have that thought, but I wonder what people are thankful for. And I know it's a time of family and people reconnecting and things, so maybe that is showing the value of those things. But maybe other people may be more thankful for the fact that they've got a roof over their head or material things. And I think it's not wrong to be thankful that we have things and we are living in a place where we're able to live and eat and function. It's not wrong to be thankful for that. But if we didn't have it, how would we feel about ourselves? And that's the question to ask.